It is time for a new adventure, a new challenge. This old van here, I've had it for a while. I've been a nomad for, we're recording this in September 2024. December, I'll have been a nomad for 10 years, full-time nomad traveling around. I've done that in a variety of vehicles and trailers. I've had this van for quite a while. One of my granddaughters told me the other day, she's only 11 going on 30 or so, and she told me, "Pops, you've had this van for a long time." I said, "Yeah, I guess I have." And she says, "For like 10 years probably." I'm like, well, maybe not quite that long, but had it for a while. The one thing I don't like about this van as a camper van is that it's not a high top. It's a standard roof van. Now, some of them are extended too, which is great, gets you another foot or so, but the trade-off is your departure angle is not as good, and I do appreciate the approach and departure angles on this van. That is to say, if you do an imaginary line here across from the furthest back part from your wheels, and the same in the front from the wheel to the furthest forward part, that's your approach angle in the front, departure angle in the back. I like to get off road a lot. I take this van places I should not take a van probably, and the ground clearance as well as the departure and approach angles matter a whole lot when you start going through washes or through some rough terrain. So that's the bonus with that. So I don't mind that it's standard length. I would like a high top. I've often thought about putting a high top on it, but they are expensive. So we've been looking recently. We got this old trailer over to my side here that we actually kind of live in full time. It's a 1996 21-foot ultralight trailer, and it's falling apart, to tell you the truth. Structurally, it's falling apart. It's an ultralight. It's not holding up to age and mileage very well, but very specifically, the axles are shot, and they're Dexter Torflex axles, and torsion axles are expensive. They normally only last, they have a service life, a design service life of 5 to 10 years. These are almost 30 years old, and they're whipped, they're chewing up tires, it's affecting the handling. So we would really need to put axles on it. It needs brakes. The tires, with the 13-inch wheels, you can't get good tires for it. So you add all that up to try and address all those things, make it safe for towing again, and we're over $5,000 to get that done. I don't really want to tackle it myself, or else it might be a little cheaper. So that's shop rate. We've checked around. We just don't want to deal with all that expense. So even if we wanted to spend $5,000 plus getting axles, brakes, wheels, tires, everything on this thing, it's still falling apart. Every time we tow it, it falls apart worse. So we don't want to lose part of the trailer on the highway somewhere. So what we want to do is just go in a van this winter when we do all our winter travels. And we also want a van that works better for us for getting out of town and going out and doing some adventuring, from an overnight to a several day trip to a multi-week trip in the mountains or whatever. We want to be able to do that. So we got to address this. Well, we started looking at vans, looking at already high top vans, like stuff like ProMasters and Transits, and they are just staggeringly expensive. If you've been shopping vans at all recently, you know that. I'm not telling you anything new. We went and looked at a shuttle bus a little while ago over in South Dakota. You may have seen that video. We decided not to even go down that road. Ultimately, we said, you know what, let's put a high top on this thing. We've already got this van. We already know this van. It's got a lot of miles on it, but it's been well maintained, and it's, I think, 292 or 293, something like that. So it's closing in on 300,000 miles. There are plenty of cases of these vans, if you take care of them, going for 350, 400, 450,000 miles. So we're going to hope for the best, and worst case scenario, I guess we'll put an engine in it, right? Other than that, it's been well maintained. So there's a few options, and we're going to do what is probably the least conventional option because, well, partly because it's us, but also because it makes more sense for our situation. So the most common way somebody would address this, they'd either buy a van that's already a high top, but they're expensive. The other option would be bringing this over somewhere to a high top, fiberglass high top shop and getting a commercial fiberglass high top installed. So there's a few challenges with it, with a conventional commercial high top. Number one, they don't go as high as we want to go. Number two, they tend to be rounded and sleek looking, which is, I guess, great for gas mileage and stuff. And if you're more worried about the sleek look than you are about the functionality, we're more worried about the functionality. We're trying to put two of us into this van for potentially weeks at a time, sometimes this winter in specific months at a time. And so we need to make sure we have all the space and functionality we can squeeze out of this platform. It's also difficult, if not completely impossible, to get as many solar panels on the roof of a fiberglass high top as we want to do. And there's the cost. They're the cheapest I've ever seen. They start around $4,000. That's for a fairly low high top. You want a taller high top and some windows and some insulation and stuff, you're getting into the $6,000 to $8,000 neighborhood. And I'm not aware of anybody in Wyoming that does that. So the ones I know of are all on the West Coast. So we're going to have to drive to California or to Oregon or to Washington State to get the high top done. Road trips are always good, but 15, 18 miles a gallon round trip, that's quite an expense on top of all the other thousands. So we're going to be crazy, guys. We're going to cut the roof off this thing and we're going to build our own high top on it. Now, you've probably seen some of them out there and you're probably already thinking of the ones you've seen, and that might range from that thing is terrifying to that's a really awesome top. I hope our top ends up towards the really awesome end of things, but we're going to figure it out. It's a big project. I don't know how many weeks it's going to take to get this all done. When we're done, we're going to completely rebuild the interior of the van too. So we're going to have a custom high top, and then we're going to have a custom van build inside. Since Melanie's been around, I've moved things around in there a few times now, basically just recycling materials, moving stuff around, trying to find something that worked for us for going camping. And we've probably got the best thing we've had so far going right now, but it's not really done. It's just kind of provisional, and it's still just not going to cover us for a few months on the road. So we're going to cut the roof off this thing starting this week. We're going to build a custom high top on it. When we're done, we'll finish it off. We'll put the 400 watts of red energy solar panels back on the roof. We're going to design it in such a way, hopefully, that we can add more solar panels in the future if we need to. And that's going to be our next big adventure. And then as soon as it's done, of course, we're going to take it out camping and see how it's all working out. We'll probably do that before we get all the super nice finished stuff done, just to make sure everything's working before we get too crazy. Look inside here, show you a little bit what we got going now. It's a mess. You'll have to pardon that. We're getting ready to tear it all apart. So we've been using it for other work projects, and there's kind of stuff thrown in here. But we can show you the basic build we got going. Up in the front here, we got kind of a kitchen area, shelving, storage stuff. The refrigerator's on this side, just kind of sitting on the floor there. That's a 12-volt compressor fridge, top load fridge and freezer combo. And then on either side, we have benches that serve, and we did it this way. Initially, when I did this, it was actually U-shaped and came all the way across. Then we had these rails here on the side, you can kind of see, and that allowed us to slide this 3/4 inch piece of plywood over into the middle and have mattresses on it so we could convert it to a bed at night, and then again back to couching or benches for the day. I ended up having to cut out the U-shaped part because one of our side businesses we have is an inspection business. We do home and commercial inspections here in Wyoming during the season when people buy stuff, which is not the winter, so we just continue to go to the desert for the winter. This was in the way of the ladders. I couldn't get ladders in and out of here, so we had to take that part out. So now we just put it across here and, this extension board. So this is kind of what we got going. This is all going to get changed. We got all the solar stuff on the wall here. This is probably going to get redone too while we're on this project. We're also going to do a hardcore insulation job to make it more effective for times when it's kind of cold and stuff. And so that's where we're heading with this. But like I said, it's kind of a mess right now. It'll be getting cleaned up soon. But we were getting ready to do a build on it, so there wasn't much point in trying to tidy everything up from our last couple of projects we've been out on. So that's what we're up to. We'll be recording this on a Monday, third week of September. And the way fall works here in Wyoming is it tends to be pretty short, unfortunately. I love fall. It's my favorite season, so I wish it lasted 6 months, but it doesn't. It doesn't even last 6 weeks usually. So we're going to get on this and get moving pretty quick and try and get this thing, the top built and dried in at least, so that we can work on the inside if the weather is a little bit less than ideal. So we're going to be getting on this. Hopefully today we'll be starting taking stuff off for tomorrow for sure. We're going to be cutting the roof off. So if you are interested in this at all, Hope you'll subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit a like on this video so that YouTube will know you appreciate this content. But consider subscribing if you're not already. We're going to have a whole series coming on this so that it's digestible and makes sense. One thing I want to emphasize before we end this video is some of you will, hopefully a lot of you will find this project interesting. We are not intending this to be a tutorial. And what I mean is I am not an engineer. I'm not a professional van builder, although I've worked on quite a few van build projects, RV projects, whatnot. And nothing's ever fallen apart that I've built. But I'm not an engineer, so my solution tends to be to overbuild things. So we're not providing this as a tutorial, DIY, how to cut the roof off your van and build a custom high top. But we're hoping that you'll find it entertaining and hopefully kind of informative and inspiring. Once we get this thing done, the two big concerns are, well, the primary concern is that it's functional, okay? But the two big concerns beyond that, we want to make sure that it's safe, that it stays on and doesn't come off, and that it's waterproof and doesn't leak. So we'll be monitoring it very closely once it's built to make sure there's no movement or shifting or anything, nothing's coming loose, and also that there's no leaks happening. If we do run into that, we'll fix it because we built it, so we know how to fix it. And of course, we'll provide you with updates if we do run into any challenges so you can be aware of it if you're trying your own build. Maybe there's something that can save you some grief in that process. So we'll show you what we do and we'll try and explain as we go along why we're doing what we're doing, what our thoughts are. But ultimately, we're not holding ourselves out as experts on building high top roofs and cutting apart vehicles. So if you choose to take the inspiration from this video and do your own van high top, you got to do so at your own risk. You're taking on the responsibility for making you do your own, sure you do your own research, and you're doing it right, and you're monitoring it closely to make sure that you don't have a problem. But we hope you find this series helpful and entertaining and maybe even informative, and we hope you'll follow along for this series. So again, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not already. So hopefully YouTube will let you know when we publish videos in this series. I'm expecting it'll take us a period of weeks to really get this all done. The roof should come off fast once I get the solar panels and roof vents and everything else off. The rest of it, the roof should come off pretty fast. And inside, I got to pull a bunch of wiring out and stuff because we're going to be totally redoing everything. There's some things we're still trying to figure out. We're not sure, like with the electrical system, are we going to stick with a system like we've got in here already, which has a couple of AGM batteries and a solar charge controller and inverter, all the rest, or are we going to like drop the Blue Eddy, the big Blue Eddy we have in here, and call it a day? But it will have solar on it. It will have electricity. It'll be fully functional as a camper van for a long period of time. There's also some things on the interior we're sorting out. We need a place to sleep. We need a place to lounge during the day. We need a place to cook and store food. We need a place for me to work because most of my work is online on a computer. So we got to sort out all the things we need to do in here, and we have some ideas around that, but they're not like set in stone. And the way my build processes tend to work, I'm going to get the high top on, and then I'll sit in there and literally kind of figure things out how it's going to work when I actually have the physical space that I'm going to be working with. So there's plenty of decisions to come. Let us know in the comments what you think, if you think we're crazy or if you think this is awesome. We're doing it either way, but I've procrastinated about it for months because it was kind of an intimidating project, but I think once we get going, it'll go just fine. So hope you find this topic interesting. You'll want to check out the rest of the videos as well. But in the meantime, next time you see this van, it might be looking different. Thanks for joining us with this video, everybody. We'll catch you in the next one when we start taking it apart and cutting the roof off.